Hi there. I guess I'm your host. It's just me, Tech Dweeb. And on this episode of Tag Your It, we have a contestant named something. Some name. I don't know. This is pre-recorded. I'm not doing all the work here. Introduce yourself.
Die, Brandon! Wait, Tech 3 picked me? Holy sh! Yo, Tula, did you see that? Tech 3 picked me. Yeah, we're pretty much BFFs now. Except for the root beer. Don't tell him about the root beer. Root beer is nasty. But yeah, man, that's my boy.
Hey, Matt. Hey, you know Tech Dweeb didn't actually pick you, right? It's a pre-recorded video. Just letting you know.
Dude, you tripping, man. You
weird.
Delusional, man. That's my boy. We BFFs, dude. We are BFFs, man. I gotta make my video now. Haters gonna hate. My top 5 Android games. There's so many great games out there, man. It's hard to pick, but I'm gonna pick you 5 bangers. Here we go. Death's Door. Alright, so Death's Door. Man, this one's special. You play as a little crow who basically is a soul reaper. Just out there doing his 9 to 5 collecting the dead. But then, one of your assigned souls gets stolen, and suddenly you're pulled into this weird, mysterious world where things just aren't dying like they're supposed to. It's got this responsive combat that feels like a mix between like classic Zelda and a lightweight Souls-like. Nothing too punishing, but still super satisfying. The world is moody and beautiful with that kind of just dark yet charming vibe. Boss battles are like super creative. The whole game just drips with style. If you're into action adventure games with smart puzzles, slick combat, and a deep story under the surface, Death's Door is 100% worth the download. Check it out. Imagine you wake up in this gorgeous, hand-drawn world, but it's totally messed up from this big disaster called the Razing. You're Renee, and you have no idea who you are or what just happened. Your village is gone, and your teacher is nowhere to be found. Bummer, right? So you start off on this huge adventure, mostly just trying to figure out your own past and find your teacher. But as you wander around, you accidentally start this whole chain reaction that's going to decide the future of this entire messed up world called Engarden. No pressure. It's a massive Metroidvania where you're constantly finding new paths and secrets. You'll learn new moves like super jump or quick dash, which will then let you get to places where you couldn't get to before. So there's lots of going back to old areas to uncover new stuff. You'll be fighting all kinds of wild monsters, and there's about 30 boss fights. You've got all kinds of weapons to play with, swords, whips, you even have magic, and you can totally customize how Renee fights. The game looks stunning and the world is huge, so if you love diving into a beautiful, challenging world, exploring every nook and cranny and uncovering a deep story, After Image is a fantastic pick. Alright, imagine you're a blob of green goo that can possess dead bodies. Gross, but kinda cool, right? You wake up in a dungeon on a cursed island, and you've got no memory. Your goal? Fight your way off this crazy island and figure out what's going on. Here's the kicker. You die a lot. Like, a lot. All the time. But that's the whole point. Every time your current body kicks the bucket, you're sent back to the beginning. The good news is, you keep some of your progress, like new weapons you've unlocked, permanent abilities that open up new paths, and upgrades for the future runs. It's a classic kill, die, learn, repeat loop. The gameplay is fast-paced and the combat is challenging. You'll be zipping around, dodging attacks, and using a huge variety of weapons and spells. You've got to learn enemy patterns, be quick on your feet, or you'll be back in that cell before you know it. The island is an ever-changing maze with different areas to unlock as you gain new abilities. Each run will feel a little bit different because the levels are procedurally generated and it keeps it fresh. So to put it simply, Dead Cells is a really tough but incredibly fun action game where you're constantly dying but always getting a little bit stronger and smarter for your next attempt. It's all about getting better, learning the rope, and that awesome feeling when you finally conquer that part that used to kick your butt. Dead Cells is another banger that's a must-have in your library. Okay, imagine you know the basics of poker, like what a pair is, or a flush. Now throw out all the serious stuff about bluffing and playing against other people. In Bellacho, it's just you against the game. Your goal is to score a certain amount of points by playing your poker hand. Easy, right? But here's the crazy fun part. You collect these awesome Joker cards that have wild powers. Like one Joker might make all your heart cards worth way more points, while another might give you bonus points for playing a straight, or even some can change how many cards you can hold. You'll also find other special cards that can mess with the cards in your deck in cool ways. Every time you start a new game, it's totally random what jokers and other special cards you'll find, so you have to be super adaptable and figure out a new winning strategy on the fly. You'll play through antes, which are like levels, and every few levels there's a boss blind or like a boss fight that throws some kind of weird rule at you, like making one of your cards useless. If you don't hit the score target, your game ends and you start over. Every time you play, you'll have unlocked new cool stuff for the next time you play, making each new run a little bit more exciting. So basically, Bellacho is like poker had a baby with a wacky puzzle game, and it's incredibly addictive. You'll find yourself making these absolutely bonkers card combos and watching your score explode. It's super satisfying and it makes you want to play just one more run. Okay, so imagine you're this tough hero. You get to pick which one. Dropped into a really old school Diablo looking dungeon full of just endless bad guys. Think of it like those classic fantasy games from the 90s. Your main goal is to survive massive waves of monsters. Seriously, there's tons of them for like 30 minutes until a giant boss monster shows up. As you fight, your hero gets stronger. You'll constantly level up and grab new skills, traits, cool gear that just make you like into this unstoppable force. The trick is to combine all these upgrades in smart ways to create super powerful builds. Your character mostly attack on their own, so your job is to dodge all the chaos from skeletons, demons, and other creepy crawlies. Every time you play, it's a little bit different. You'll find new stuff, and even if you die, which you will a lot, you'll use the gold and experience you earn to make your hero permanently stronger for your next attempt. There's also tons of challenges to complete that unlock even more cool stuff. So basically, Halls of Torment is a super addictive game where you're constantly fighting off huge crowds of monsters in like a cool retro style and trying to build the ultimate hero to survive the onslaught. It's tough, but in a really fun way. Halls of Torment is my top pick in Android gaming.
All right, thanks. Thanks for that, whoever you were. But before you go, one more thing real quick. The people need to know who's next. Who are you going to tag? Who's going to be the next contestant on Tag Your It?
All right, my new BFF Tech Dweeb. After some deep reflection, like 2 snacks, I've decided to tag the one guy who just might love game controllers more than I do. That's right, my guy up north, Clef from Game Tech Talk. Tag Your It. Oh, Clef, I'm still waiting on those Nanaimo bars, bro. What's going on?